And just hours before a key deadline, Dominion Energy made a surprise move in the fight over massive power lines they're planning to build through an Ashburn neighborhood. It was all to fuel Loudoun County's data center boom. Thank you for being here with us at 5 o'clock. I'm Lorenzo Hall.
And I'm Leslie Foster. Dominion Energy just joined a request that state regulators pause plans to put a 200-foot transmission tower in the middle of one family's backyard. We spoke to some concerned homeowners about this weeks ago.
They're expecting me to be okay. It's not okay.
Reporter Eric Flack is here with these breaking developments. And Flack, so much of this decision is going to impact so many families.
So many families and their emotions and their property values and just their overall quality of life, guys. So much rides on this. You know, there's another big part of all this. There's a deadline for this decision, and it happens at the end of the day today. And so we're going to talk about what's going on here in Loudoun County. And the problem is that there's these power lines that Dominion Energy wants to put through this neighborhood. And if there was just 3 weeks ago that the Virginia State Corporation Commission approved a plan for Dominion Energy to put nearly 200-foot power lines through an Ashburn neighborhood right in the middle of that woman Vicki Hughes' backyard. Now, hours ago, the State Corporation Commission was officially asked to pause that decision. Now, the biggest headline here is that Dominion, which already won approval to build these transmission lines along this route, is supporting the request. In a filing submitted just a couple hours ago, Loudoun County asked regulators to suspend their order to run data center transmission lines through that neighborhood while county leaders, the school board, and Dominion Energy continue negotiations over a potential alternative. The dispute centers on whether transmission lines should run through a section of Loudoun Valley Estates neighborhood or instead along Loudoun County school property. Now, the filing that we just got a hold of says meaningful progress has been made in discussions between all sides and points to a planned July 29th joint meeting of the Loudoun County School Board and Board of Supervisors. Here's another big part of all this, though. They have until the end of the day, the state regulators have until the end of the day to respond to this. If they don't, it goes to the Supreme Court.
The end of the day. So
yeah,
they just don't respond.
We're waiting right now to find out exactly what's going to happen.
Wow, I wonder what made Dominion decide to.
A lot of people are asking that same questions about what's going on behind the scenes. But if they don't respond by the end of the day, all of this goes to the Supreme Court. But in the meantime, everybody, that family in Ashburn, all these neighbors, the school board believes there may be some sort of a resolution. And if they do respond, the state regulators respond to this request, then it's going to pause everything, allow them to negotiate behind the scenes. And then there's that July 29th meeting of the school board and the supervisors, which would allow them to potentially to come to some sort of resolution.
So many hoops to get through.
That's coming up soon, too.
Next week,
yeah.
Wow.
Everything's down to the line, so much on the riding on it.
All right, we'll be talking to you.
All right.
All right, thanks.